Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed plant content where we just try our best. So if that's something you can relate to or you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. Let's be plant friends. Alright, so this video is going to track or be a series of how I set up a plant trade. Right now it is December. I've been in contact with someone who has some plants that I want, and I have plants that they don't have and they're interested in. So basically, you know, we feel each other out on Instagram, figure out what it is that we want, and then we decide, you know, okay, so I'm going to give you this, you're going to give me this. On my hand, they're kind of like, surprise me, give me whatever it is you want. I don't have that many Hoyas, and I have quite a bit of Hoyas. So it's going to be kind of, I just walk around my room, figure out what I want to cut, and then take a cutting. What can I cut? Take a cutting and start rooting it up. So the first cut for most of the plants, I have some stuff rooting already, but that's fine. For the first cut, it is going to be in December, and I'm going to hold on to these cuttings until spring. So in my area, it's safe to ship plants around April. So we're going to have like a good 3 or 4 months of like rooting these plants up. I've had plants in water indefinitely. I've had like my Aglaonema plants in water for like going on 3 years, yeah. And they're doing fine. I don't think there's going to be an issue with water roots to soil roots. And yeah, so this is probably part 1 of me deciding what to cut, how I'm going to cut it, and me cutting it and setting them up in water. So yeah, so first I'm going to show you, I'm probably going to send some of my Obscura, Hoya Obscura. Look how pretty those leaves are. Look at how pretty those leaves are. And this one will sun stress if you give it enough light, and we'll get a nice pinkish red blush to it. And this guy I've had in water for weeks. At this point, it's going to be months by the time I send it out. It'll be fine. I've never had an issue like converting like water roots to soil roots. Alright, so I've never had an issue converting water roots to soil roots. So in my own little thought process, I'm not a botanist, so I don't really know, but just in my experience and kind of like my own little common sense, my own planty common sense, it seems that water roots are more like primary roots, where it's just like strands. There's not too many secondary roots off of them. And what I can gather is that the roots don't need as much surface area in order to get water or nutrients, because it's surrounded by the water and nutrients. And I guess when it's in soil, there's less water and stuff, so it needs to put out secondary roots to find all that stuff. I'm not 100% sure if what I just said is actually what it is. If there are any botanists who know, let me know in the comments below, but that's just how my brain processes it and makes it make sense, you know? So yeah, I have the Hoya Obscura. I also have a little Chelsea, a couple little Chelsea cuttings, and they have some roots started. So I think I have 3 cuttings in here, so I'll probably send her one of those. And then I had started cutting from my hanging plants out in the sunroom, and I was like, let me make a little video. So I'm going to show you what I cut already, and then I'm going to start cutting some Hoyas from my plant room. And I'll bring that over, and that'll be a more close-up personal snip. So yeah, alright, the first thing I'm going to show you is a couple of cuttings of my Hoya. So what I do is I find plant stems or trailing parts that have like a node already leafless, and I cut right above that so that we have the node along with the stem to root. So this is just some Hoya. I think it's a good staple plant to have if you don't have a lot of Hoyas. You should have a Hoya. I think they're really cute and very low maintenance, and it's just a good Hoya to have. The next one is a piece of my Hoya compacta. Again, we had like 2 nodes that had lost its leaves, so I just cut above that. It makes my hanging plants look more bushy, and allows me to share and propagate easy without having to sacrifice leaves. So we got this whole big old piece. It's as big as my hand. And then I accidentally knocked off this piece of Bertonier. I think the person I'm trading with has Bertonier already, but they're gonna get this piece because I knocked it off and it's a little extra. It's fine. I should add that there were no specific Hoyas that the person I'm trading with asked for. They just said, you know, whatever you want to cut, just cut. All right, the first plant I'm gonna cut from is my Hoya Rebecca. Not sure you can be able to see, but she trails very long. So again, I'm just gonna look for a piece that has lost some leaves. It happens, you know, having kids, boyfriends, like this piece right here is like lost a bunch of leaves. So I'll probably cut that a couple nodes up. It will also give these nodes up higher more motivation maybe to put out some leaves. So that's what we're gonna do. Can you see? So we got this piece right here. This piece right here. This is the sap that comes out of it. I'm just gonna lay it on this paper towel that I have over here just to kind of help with that. It doesn't really bug my skin too much, so I just like wipe it. We'll probably give her like 2 pieces, maybe even more. It depends how many pieces are all scraggly looking. So we'll just do that for now. I'm sure I'm going to be giving her more. So the next one, I've actually never tried to propagate this one. It's my Hoya Retusa, and it's put out this runner. And the person I'm going to trade with likes spiders, and this is kind of like a spidery, it's so spidery it won't focus. There we go, spidery little Hoya. So I'm going to try that. We'll see how well it does. We have this piece right here. Cute. The next plant I'm going to, there we go. The next plant I'm going to take a cutting from is my Hoya Parasitis spoon-shaped leaves. Look how sun-stressed that is. It's beautiful. But we have a node without a leaf. We're going to cut that and try to root this guy up. It's so dark, but it's so pretty. The next plant we're going to cut is my Hoya Kodara Sumatra. Again, a really dark leafed Hoya who loves to tendril and branch out. So I'm going to cut these leaves right here. So I'm going to untangle it a little bit to where I think I see another node. We're just going to cut under that, and we're going to try to root this guy up. It's such like a thin leaf. You would think it'd be thicker, but it's not. But really pretty. Next is my Hoya Mindorensis. Gotta focus. There we go. And again, this guy's got a bunch of aerial roots, so I feel pretty confident it will root up well. And I'm probably going to cut this piece. We've got 2 leaves. We've got activated nodes, so I think we'll do good there. Cute. This is also a very fuzzy Hoya. Even the stem is fuzzy. And I think it's just a good Hoya to trade with. Alright, getting into my veiny Hoyas. This is the Hoya Viola. Look at how beautiful this plant is. And we have a tendril with a good amount of stem. So I'm going to cut right there. And yeah. this little tendril did break off. It did dry up, but I am an underwaterer, so. Alright, the next one is my Hoya Mindorensis. It's just a good solid green leaf. It does sun stress. It gets a little reddish pinkish blush to it. So I'm going to cut there. And that cut comes with 3 leaves. The next plant is my Hoya Diptera. And she's just a really good growing plant. A nice solid green leaf. Really pretty. Alright, the next one is my Hoya Pubescens. Has this huge runner and then put out a couple leaves at the end. So we're going to cut that and send that over. So we have some new growth growing in right there. So I'm actually going to cut, I don't know, right above there because I don't want to mess up that little spot. And that comes with 4 leaves and a huge tendril with a bunch of nodes. So, Pubescens is always a really good one to share. The next one is my Hoya Freckles. I love this plant. It just grows so well. And it's given me a peduncle. It hasn't bloomed yet. This is just like forming, so we're not going to cut that guy. But we can cut right here. Oops, sorry. Right, where are my hands? Right here. And give a cute little cutting like this. Look how pretty that leaf is. That is beautiful. The next one we're going to give some cuttings is my Chroniana. Nice big bushy one. I have like a darker version of it and then a lighter version of it right here. Hold on. Let me quiet the dogs. Alright, where were we? Chroniana. I have a darker leafed version and then I have like a more splashy version. So yeah, we're just going to take a couple cuttings from each side. Here's a good one. It's got a couple nodes on it. So we got this guy. It's got little leaves. But this plant grows so prolifically, it'll be fine. This is another one of the darker side. And then some pieces. We got a peduncle on this. I don't know if you can see it, so we're not going to cut below that. We'll cut above it though. Right here, this is more of the splashy variety. Grab one of those. And then, look at how splashy that is. So we'll do that. And we'll cut that into 2 pieces so that it roots faster, hopefully. But the splashy part is the one that's giving me the peduncle, which is exciting. Alright, the next one I'm going to take a cutting from is my Hoya Memoria. She's also very prolific. I got this cutting. Alright, I think the last one I'm going to cut today anyway is going to be my Hoya Obovata. It's growing really well and a little wonky, so we're going to take a cutting and try to root her up. Alright guys, so these are all of the cuttings I took. There's 17 fresh cuts today. The reason I take so many and I vary them is because not all propagations survive. So I like to take a variety of stuff, put them in water, and see kind of like what happens. For the most part, everything survives. You know, I feel like I get, you know, I'm like at a 85 to 90% success rate, I want to say. I haven't really done any real math on that, but just in general. And I'm pretty sure all of these guys are going to root up really well. So we have 17 fresh cuts. We have 2 that are already rooting down below. I have some other stuff that I have multiple cuttings rooting of, but those are more of like rehab plants for me. But if they all survive, then I can throw those in there too. And I guess you'll have to stick around for the next part of this planty trade to find out what those are. And if we even see those, and see which survive. So I guess that's it. Let me know out of all of these cuts which is your favorite, which of these plants are on your wish list. And until next time, relax, plant, peace out.